Okay, and this is for, well, a lot of people have been asking lately. So, without further ado, what we're going to do is we're going to make a door. Well, actually, a door hole. And it is really quite simple. However, lots and lots and lots and lots of people have been asking for this, and lots of people over the years building stuff for the grid have, well, not quite got the doors right. So, and they are quite simple. So we'll make it an inch easy one. Okay, so I've got my default cube. Normal, average. You know it well. My old friend default cube. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the default cube. I'm going to go over to my scale tool, and I'm just going to make it wall shaped. I could go up and do the sizing and lay out this properly, but it's just a quick example for you. So I've just used the scale tool, which I can obviously make it, as we already know from previous weeks. I can also make it bigger and smaller, etc. Yeah, however you want to make your wall. You could do this just as easy in edit mode. But, as I say, without trying to be too clever, we just want a wall. So, the next thing is we want a second cube. So I'm going to add a mesh cube, and I've got a second cube. This is going to be my door. Well, kind of. It's actually going to be my door hole. So I'm going to move it up so it's on the same line as that. Going to move it over, and I'm just going to scale it up a little bit, just so a little bit more door shaped. There we go. Now, exactly the same principle as you're doing with the door, you can do with windows. But anyway, there we go. So, bit of a problem, can't get through you. There's a big cube the way. That's going to knock it out. Okay, so we select the wall. Okay, wall prim. Then we go to modifiers here. If you've got a slightly different version of modifier, your modifiers might be in a different order when you click this, but modifier. Add a modifier. Now, some of them are laid out a little bit differently. On the newer ones, I'm using 4.0. But the one I'm going to go through is boolean. You might have to look through. You may use a little bit to find the boolean, but it will be there, promise you. Okay. And if you remember booleans from school and go, oh no, I hate booleans, don't worry, we're not going to be doing any of that. So boolean. So I've selected the wall. Now it's asking me, do I want to intersect, which will be just where the two boxes are both there. We don't want that one. Union, join the two of them together. Or difference. What's the difference between the two boxes? It's difference I actually want. So I'll leave on difference. I'm going to click on object there. Now I can use this one and just cube on. Or I can use my little eyedropper and pick. And it'll come up with the cube on. That's it. That's all I'm going to do. Yeah. Then, here, and it's important, this little button here at the end, and click it for the drop down, and apply. Because your boolean will not work until you apply it. Okay. I can now actually get rid of our door cutout. So I'm going to delete that. And then you can see I've got a door cutout. Now, all I'm going to do is, now you can go with, you might want it with a little lake at the bottom. You might want it as a window up here somewhere. You might want it further over the wall. but the general principle is create the two objects, go into modifier, select the one you want to cut out of and the one you want to cut, the shape you want to actually cut from it. So the one you want to cut from, and the boolean, then it'll ask you what you want to cut out, and select it. Okay, then, great, we can make a door in Blender. Hooray! But we need to get it into AVL. So, I'm going to go to File, Export, Collider, as we've done before. We're going to go there, and then I'm going to stop. Because if you do that, it will not work. It won't import it properly into Collider. What we're going to do first is we're going to we'll make the Collider correctly and won't export properly into AVL. You'll get an error. So what we want to do first is we want to click it, and then we want to apply all the transforms. So any transforms from matrix, such as scaling it in and backwards that way, and bigger that way, and up and down, etc. And also any transforms we'll make with the modifiers, but it will only do the ones you've already applied. It will not do the ones you've not applied yet. So there's a mesh. Now anytime you apply a transformation, I have a habit of always going to set origin to geometry, just because it's now what I've done there is right clicked, set origin to geometry. So let me go through again. Object, apply all transforms, and then set origin, right click, set origin to geometry. And there you go. Now I'm ready to export. File, export, Collider, and we're going to call it, I'm not going to make a folder for this one, I'm just going to call it wall. I'm only going to export this selection only. I'm going to apply global orientation, and I'm only going to select the UV maps. Take the select UV maps. I'm not textured this yet. Could have done, but we're not done. And then going to export it. Done. That's that. Sorry, just copy that. Okay. Now we need to switch to over to AVL. Oh, give me a second. And let's just have a look. Okay, that's just somebody asking me how you do this. So, we're going to import it. Build, and then upload. Mesh model. And saved in documents. So we'll just go down documents, and I should have one called wall, which is there. And if everything is right, okay, and it will tell me my mesh is 32 triangles, 40 vertices. Yep. And on these now, use level of details. Well, use level of details, but this will just keep. When you're further away from the object, it would just keep on using the same mesh to draw, which is kind of good because it'll save your houses disappearing from a distance. You don't really want the wall to disappear as you get further away. I'm going to leave the last one at lowest. Yeah. I'm going to generate the normals. because it will the normals being as in which way the faces are facing, just in case I've messed up in Blender, which I know I've not, but just in case. So all the normals are facing outwards, and so all the faces are actually facing outwards. Sorry, a normal is which direction the face is going, basically, and we want to make sure they're all going in the same direction. Outwards, that is. And then I'm going to go to physics. Now this is the important bit. Yeah. That at the moment is not a wall. You will not be able to walk through that. Well, it is a wall, but you won't be able to walk through that hole. What you're going to do, go to your physics, choose one. I click high, because I'm a greedy. It's up to you which one you click, just but make sure there's nothing in that physics when you're looking at the physics screen like that. There's nothing in the whole area. And I'm going to show you that. So let me just bring this up a little bit. I'll zoom out a little bit. If I was to go, and I'm going to just go cube just to show you. See there? I won't be able to walk through that wall because it's telling me there's something there in the middle. If I was to go lowest, again, it's still got something in the middle. If low, could I get away with low? Probably not. Medium, again, and maybe, but I'm going to go high. Yeah. Now I'm going to analyze. Don't want to close holes, because if I close holes, it will actually close the door off. If I want to go to simplify, I can do. Simplify will do a calculation to see if it can reduce the number of vertices and holes in the actual thing for your physics model. And so in essence, high, check it. Analyze, check it. Simplify, still check it. And there's my hole. I'm going to calculate the weights and fees. Now the weights and fees are going to be a little bit high, but before I do that, I'm just going to name it up at the top of there. Wall test. Just so. Either or not. One button. Calculate weights and fees and upload. Right. And then we should be able to go back in world. Sorry, welcome to the intro for some new to the grid. And here we go, wall test. So now I've got my wall test. Stop flying, come down to the ground, and I'm going to make sure, first of all click off it, I'm going to make sure I can walk through my wall. And ta-da! Can I walk through that bit? No, won't let me through. Can I walk through that bit? No, won't let me through. But I can still walk through the hole in the middle. And let's see what our land impact on that is. Just to see, as you can see, right there, wall land impact. So you've made your wall with your physics using a boolean cutout in Blender, and it's just one land impact. And obviously you could put a door in there. And that's basically all there is to it. Now you might want, obviously, your projects, if you're making a bigger project or you want to keep this for a later date, then you would save it, etc. I'm not going to bother saving it because, well, I've done that. And I don't need another wall. So I'm going to just and it's not often you'll see me do this on a Blender file, but all I'm going to do is file, new, general, don't save it, and it leaves me back to the screen we started, so we could make another one or maybe start making a house. But yeah, there's your wall. Thank you very much, and that is just about anything. Any questions, just reach out and give me a yell.